Okay, if you're in the beauty industry at all, whether you're a stylist, a salon owner, or even just starting out, there's this one fundamental question that really defines your whole career. It shapes your taxes, your legal rights, everything. And believe me, the government is about to look at that question in a completely new way. Understanding what's coming is absolutely crucial, so let's break it all down. So let's just get right to it. Right now, what are you? Are you an employee on a payroll? Or are you an entrepreneur, a business owner, steering your own ship? Because starting in 2026, the Department of Labor is rolling out a new rule that's going to make this distinction crystal clear. And trust me, the penalties for getting it wrong are about to get a whole lot more serious. And when I say serious, I mean this could literally end a business. We're not talking about a little slap on the wrist. We're talking up to 3 years of back wages you might owe. We're talking about unpaid payroll taxes that the owner can be held personally responsible for. And then there's the kicker, liquidated damages, which can double the amount of back wages you have to pay. This isn't just about paperwork, you know? It's about protecting your entire livelihood. So, what's all the fuss about? What's really changing here? Well, the Department of Labor is bringing in a new rule for 2026, and the whole point is to bring some much-needed clarity to this issue. They're moving away from a system that, let's be honest, was pretty confusing for a lot of people.
This slide really shows you the heart of the change. The old way was this murky thing called the totality of the circumstances test. It was like throwing a bunch of ingredients in a pot with no recipe and just hoping for the best. Super ambiguous. But the new 2026 rule, it streamlines everything by focusing on two core factors that matter most. It just makes the whole thing a lot more predictable.
And really, what's behind all this is the classic economic reality test. It all boils down to this one question. Are you economically dependent on a specific salon for the chance to work? Or are you truly, genuinely operating your own independent business? That question right there, that's the whole ballgame. And lucky for us, the new rule gives us a kind of litmus test to figure it all out. It really comes down to these two core factors that are seen as the biggest clues to what the real relationship is. The first, and arguably the most important factor, is control. To put it simply, who's calling the shots? Who has the real power to say not just what gets done, but how it gets done and for how much money? Here's what that control actually looks like day to day. You know, if the salon owner sets your hours, decides your prices, and tells you which clients you have to take, then yeah, you look an awful lot like an employee. But if you're the one setting your own schedule, charging what you want, and you're free to work wherever else you'd like, you're operating like a true independent contractor. Now, this next part is huge, especially for the beauty industry, so lean in for this one. Under the new rule, if a salon owner enforces things like state board sanitation rules, you know, the legally required health and safety stuff, that does not count as employer-style control. This is a massive clarification. It means salon owners can keep professional standards high without worrying about misclassifying people. Okay, the second core factor is all about having some skin in the game. It asks, do you, the worker, have a real chance to make more money or even lose money based on your own business skills and decisions? Think about it. An employee's income is pretty much tied to the hours they work. They can't really lose money on the job. An independent contractor, though, they can invest in marketing to get more clients and make more money. But they also carry the risk of loss. I mean, if they pay booth rent for a week and no clients show up, they've lost money. That risk, that's a key sign that you're in business for yourself. All right, so theory is one thing, but let's get into the real world. Let's see how these rules actually play out in some salon scenarios that I bet will sound pretty familiar to a lot of you. First up, the one we see all the time, and it's by far the riskiest, the hybrid renter. This is where a salon owner wants the low overhead of having contractors, but just can't let go of the control they'd have over employees. So they call you a renter, but they treat you like staff. So when we put this hybrid model to the test, the answer becomes really obvious. The owner has a high degree of control, right? And the worker's chance to make more profit is super limited by the owner's rules. The Department of Labor would almost certainly look right past that renter label and say, nope, this person is an employee. Now let's flip the script and look at how to do it the right way. This is the true independent booth renter. This person is, for all intents and purposes, a small business owner who is just leasing space from a landlord who happens to own a salon. And when we analyze this setup, it's the complete opposite. Control is super low. The stylist is their own boss. And the opportunity for profit or loss, it's really high. Their success or failure is all on them.
This is a clear-cut textbook independent contractor. They are 100% in business for themselves. So knowing the difference is half the battle. But what should you actually be doing about it to stay safe and compliant? Let's get into a real action plan. Okay, if you're a booth renter, you have to start acting like the CEO of your own business. Seriously, get a separate business bank account, use your own booking link and your own payment system. And if a salon owner starts trying to force rules on you that cross that line into control, like mandatory meetings, you need to be able to professionally push back and protect your independent status.
And for all the salon owners listening, here's the bottom line. You have to pick a lane. Are you a manager who wants control over the brand and the client experience? Awesome. Then your team members are W-2 employees. Or do you want to be a landlord who just collects rent? That's great too. But then you have to give up all control over your renters' businesses. The danger zone is trying to be both at the same time.
And look, if you take away only one thing from all of this, please let it be this. You can have the most perfectly written contract in the world, but if what you do day to day, your actual practice, looks like an employer-employee relationship, then that's all that's going to matter to the Department of Labor. So I'll just leave you with this one question to really think about. Take a hard look at your own situation, whether you're a renter or an owner. Is that contract you signed just a convenient label, or does it truly reflect the economic reality of how you operate every single day? Because your honest answer to that question is going to determine your risk and your future under this new rule.